Alright, we'll see if this works. The phone keeps falling over. Hello. It's been about an hour or two since I made the last video. So I guess we're going to be sitting like this again. Can't move everything around again. Oh, let's see if I can. Probably some good practice in this. You know, sitting Indian style, or I guess technically lotus position. In America, we call it Indian style because it's the way the Native Americans sat. And of course, if you're European, when your ancestors came over and became Americans, they were, you know, Christopher Columbus was originally coming to find India, and he found America instead. And so he just called all the natives Indians, and there you go. But we don't call them that anymore. I don't know, that's probably a really bad explanation. But I guess it's technically lotus position, if you want to be a serious spiritualist. I'm not. But it's only a word. Oh. But in school, when we were kids, you know, in preschool, kindergarten, probably up to first grade stuff, you used to sit around, and all the teachers would say, kids, go sit Indian style. Now they call it crisscross applesauce here in the U.S. I wonder what they called it in other countries, because we called it sit Indian style because of the Native Americans. What did you call it in Europe? Was it always crisscross applesauce, or y'all call it something else? I don't think I've ever heard anybody tell a child to go sit lotus position. Maybe they do that in India. Okay. Okay, I guess with this video, making another one same night, because afterwards, it's been really interesting. I've been feeling into, you know, that root chakra. Because at some point I'm expecting, like, because it's supposed to be about fears, feelings of being safe, things of that nature. Your abundance, because if you're not abundant, you don't feel safe, and all that kind of crap. And that stuff's been going on in the last few months, energetically. I've been feeling that, but you know, when I'm feeling into it, I at some point I thought maybe I'll feel a fear or feel, but I haven't. It's kind of interesting. But I just wanted to, I don't know, talk about how I feel different from when I was making these videos before. It feels very different. Now I'm sitting very different. Well, you know, when I stopped, I think I said I had to stop. If I came back to it, it would be different. Now, I don't know if the videos are different, but I'm different, and so that will make the videos different. I think that's really what really should have been said. Still, the chain smoking, the blabbering, that's still there. the random laughing, the chaos of the videos a little bit. I like that. But how does it feels different to me? Because there used to be a bit of a nervous system when you made the videos. There was always that, oh, I gotta make a video. There have been a fluttering of excitement, a bit of the nervousness in the system, and you're like, okay, just get through it and just go. Here it's much calmer. I don't feel that nervous system anymore fluttering. It's very calm. It's very relaxing. It's like, and there's the confidence. It's like, it's just there. It's like, you know, I guess I wanted to talk about because I'm going through that sacral, all that type of energy lately, the last 7 months or so. I like pushing, or not pushing through, but just, yeah, I guess you could say walking through it. You know, even now after it's been about 2 weeks since I've had that not feeling that intensity, kind of go like this, and then you get almost an immediate different feeling. Openness, you know, because till then I was getting closer and closed and closed and closed. You could just feel it. But ever since that, it's like, and it came out I would say it's still, I would say it's still imbalanced, and still, because it's just all a newness to it, because, there's a great confidence, but confidence used incorrectly could cause some trouble. But I guess that's where the clarity comes in. But, I feel like just a different person. I would say when I after all those years with the Crimson Circle, I would say I felt like a different person afterwards, and that was after many years. Then after a year of determined curiosity, I mean, I don't recognize the person I was last year at this time. It's calmer, it's quieter. The nervous system is so soft right now. I haven't had that. It's been a while. Even in the last month or so, when all that anxiety, it didn't really affect the nervous. It was just that it was more emotional, releasing and letting go. It was more mental at times. I spent a lot of last month. I guess it'd been November. And December. The words that came to me over and over again was a song from the Beatles. I think Laura's talked about it before. I was a huge Beatle fanatic as a child. It was the song Tomorrow Never Knows. She's talked about that and did the lyrics. If you ever want to learn to play a song, as a beginner guitarist, that's a great song to learn. The actual song doesn't really have a guitar part in it other than some reverse parts. But it's based on Indian music, so it has a drone that goes all the way through it. So it's only like 2 notes. It's mostly just 1 note. Every once in a while, it has a little accent note you hit. So it's a very simple song to learn to play if you ever wanted to learn one. But that song, Tomorrow Never Knows, they did not write the lyrics for that song. The lyrics came from the Tibetan Book of the Dead, and John Lennon got that from Timothy Leary's book. Was it Doors of Perception or something like that? I don't remember, never read it. But that's the story. He read Timothy Leary's book because he was doing they were starting to do acid at that time. And that's where he got the lyrics for that song. They're all just taken from the Tibetan Book of the Dead. And you have that droning sound. That comes from George Harrison, who was practicing Indian music at the time. But it was really Paul McCartney did all the cool loops and stuff in that. I feel like chain smoking. So I'm going to do it. But, the lyrics that come to me for that song are just the turn off your mind, relax. It is being. It is just being. When you're not thinking, when you're not in that mentally, you're really being. It is living. The song has it is living. It is being. That's what it is. Because every time I had that anxiety or anything like that come up in the last 2 months, that's what came into my head. Stop thinking about it. Turn off your mind. Shut the fuck up. Take a deep breath. Be curious, relax, and just be. And that's what, so it's been a lot of no thinking about it. It's like been the rule. No fucking think about it. If you're thinking about it, you're not experiencing it. If you're thinking about it, you're not living it. If you're thinking about it, you're just fucking about. So it's been a lot of don't think about it. Don't think about it. But at the same time, I believe what Laura says, you have to bring the mind along with you. So that's kind of like, to me, that's what this whole part has been very confusing at times. All the confusing is, do this, don't do that. But you're supposed to, don't think, but bring the mind with you. Those are the kind of, there always seems those paradoxes. And that's kind of like, okay, how do you do that? Okay, I don't think. Then how do I bring the mind with me? Then that comes up and you're like, don't think about that. Just allow the mind to witness the experience. And through that, the mind starts to understand, you start to kind of have those realizations, and that kind of gives it to the mind. And also, I think Laura's videos are really helping in that way. I think that she helps kind of ground that mental energy into that, I don't know, cosmic energy, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It doesn't really matter. To be at the moment, I don't get caught up in too much in the wording of things. I know sometimes it's important, but at times, I'm like, that comes later. I don't get too caught up into it. Now my sugar's gone. Feeling like a real spiritual guru sitting like this, you know. Yeah. But, you know, that's the kind of things I've been going through. To me, like, you know, weird things like, you know, I've been dealing with abundance issues because, put it this way, there's been a weird glitch in the computer system where I work that has made it where I'm unable to drive. It keeps reappearing. It keeps coming up and kicking me out of the computer system, which is losing me money. Then we had change it over. Every time I get a change of management, I know I've gone through a cycle. New personalities come in like, oh, okay, we're coming to a new energy. Let's see what this one is. What's the theme of this one going to be? You know, I'll see that because there's a lot of turnover in the place. I'm kind of constant. I'm always there. So it's like, new management. Oh, we pretty much have almost all new employees. Oh, I think I did that. I needed some different energy to work around with. So I brought in all new people. You're welcome. But with that computer system and my scheduling got all screwed up, and I'm like, that's why I had the last 5 days off, or today's the last day of the 5 days off. I'm like, can I afford 5 days off? My mental mind wants to go, oh fuck, this shit, I'm in trouble. And I'm like, nope, no thinking about it. Now I can make actions about it if things come up. But it's more like turn off your mind, just fucking relax, feel into that knowingness, go into that curiosity of it. And you're going to have that clarity. I think I really appreciate that because that really helped writing it into words for me. That clarity through your Gnost. You know, because to me it kept coming up as be positive, but it's it's not that sugar coated be positive. It's not that fake mental. You can't mental positive your way through it. That's bullshit. Instead, you shut the mind off and tell it to go fuck itself. Every time it starts to freak out, you're like, that's not going to help. It's easier said. I hear that song in my head. Turn off your mind, relax. I don't the float downstream, but I usually hear it's be, live, be, live, experience, truly be alive. You know, be in the experience. Don't fucking go off out there into mental bullshit. So I've been feeling a lot of that. And that really is, that brings that, it really allows you to relax. Because the whole point is, turn off your mind and fucking relax. Anything that's going to relax you, do it. If smoking a cigarette relax you, go do that. No tensing up. You feel yourself tensing up, stop it. You say, no, I don't. Take that deep breath and you just let go. Ooh. That conscious, even breath between the nostrils. Oh. Ooh. I felt that one right back there. Sometimes it gets me, that muscle is there. Right there, I think I've talked about it. Every time I'm breathing, I'm feeling it down in there. It's going into that root chakra. All that stuff that, like I said, I have to know that I'm safe. And I can't I'm safe. I'm safe because I mentally think, that ain't going to work. I got to know that I'm safe. I got to feel into my own safety. I got to just be, I'm safe. And feel into that and just let go. Let go. That's one of the other things that was just let go of it. That's what I think this whole shake is stories. I think that's the stories, all the stories, the victim story. Oh, it's because of this. The computer, I could get all fucking worked up. The computer said everything's against me. Oh, it's a conspiracy or whatever the fuck. No, it's just, I got to clear out some fucking energy. And I created a situation in which it would bring up those fears, those feelings of not being safe, of not having that linear, what words would I use? That constancy, that consistency of what I expect to happen. And every time I've frozen up and like, oh God, I don't know how am I going to do this? How am I going to make this? I can't drive. I can't work. Oh fuck, they fixed it, but then it kicks me out again the next day. So I get one day of driving for a week, and I can't make my tips like I usually do. So that's half my fucking paycheck. You know, that's half my money I make is on tips. If I can't drive, I can't make tips. And so you know, there's a mental freak out. Okay, how am I going to afford all this stuff? How am I going to do this? And every time I just stop it. No. No, we're not going to turn off the mind, relax, and just be living, experiencing. It is living to not to get caught in that. And that was the story. I'm not a victim. Nope. This is my creation. I'm creating all of this. It's there. Just feel into the knowingness of that. I'd say, I know it's there. I've heard it enough times mentally to just, so let's say I do it. Let's say I actually trust it. And actually, every time the situation looks bleak, looks horrible, looks bad, it doesn't end up that way. It comes out. There's always, oh, something happens, and it's just, oh, okay, I have the money. At least I have the money to do this. I have this. I have that, or something else happens. And it's like, you know, that seeing and believing she's going by. It's like, you gotta believe. But then you're going to see, when we start seeing, then you're like, oh, okay. Recognizing it and say, okay, I'm seeing that now. I'm seeing that it's happening. Even when it looks dark and crazy and things happen, and just taking that breath. So there's no point to get upset or to get into the story of everything. And it just feels, oh, it's relaxing. Now, again, you know, it takes a while, because trust me, you're going to fuck it up a few times. Everybody does. Even sometimes I'm like, there's a delay, like, okay, then you can catch yourself. I don't know, I just say that, turn off my mind, relax, flow downstream. Allow the stream to flow through me, allow me to be the stream, what the fuck ever, I don't give a shit, just allow it to fucking go. Let the fucking go of that pool of water, and let it become a stream or whatever. And just let it play out. Watch and observe, and just go into that nos, that knowingness. It's all in service of me. It's all coming through me. It's going to open up. You just have to say, don't know how it's going to open, and it may seem worse before it gets better at times, but it always works out. It always flips on itself. And you're like, oh, okay. And I'm still going through that, so we'll see how long that takes to be cleared out. Because I think that's part of going into that Shaker chakra. He's like, energy's like, ooh, let that clear out. And I think you really need that nervous system reset before you do that. Because if your nervous system's going crazy, it's so much difficult. I think until I had to let go of that and be calm, just... And, you know, there's still fears and doubts that pop up. You know, I have fears of, oh, what if this, you know, what if this, and I catch myself, no. I have to catch myself, no, we're not going in there. Turn off the mind. Breath, relax, just do some breathing if you need to. Feel into your abundance. I think even some things from the last shout, I think Adams is very helpful. I think that was useful. You know, the saying, crazy till you're not, he talked about it, but I have abundance problems till I'm not. Or what is it? I'm lacking in abundance till I'm not. You just say that to yourself. That's all the mental shit you get to say. And you say, nope, I already took care of it. I gave the mind its little thing. It has it. It can shut the fuck up now. You know, I find that's helpful. Just give the mind something, a distraction. Say, we did it. There you go. Now, open up. We've opened it up. That's all we need to do. Open it up and allow yourself to see it, to become aware of it. And then... I guess you believe this. I can't remember how she goes to all that. I can't remember it. She has a saying, so I'm not going to try to repeat it. I'll let her do it. She's much better at it. Man, I'm just going to sit here and smoke all night. Ooh. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, I was going to talk about some other experiences I had early in the year, things I never talked about. And I still don't fully understand how it all works on a mechanical level. That's not usually my strongest suit, and Laura's much better at that, so I listen to her for those kind of things, and something I need to be more open into learning, and that's the thing I've really, okay, I guess let's talk about this first. One of the things when I was clearing all this sacred out was listening to yourself. And there's comes a point when I was doing that, I did not want to hear anything from anybody else. It's not that they were saying anything wrong or bad. It's just it's because it was imbalanced and I was not listening to myself, and I needed to come back and listen to myself first. Then, of course, the experience of others is valuable and very helpful. Then you can come back and listen to that. But it's hard to do when you don't have that strong inner, and I didn't. And that's one of the things that had to be. Oh no! I said you come here first, right here, right. That used to be blubber. I'm kind of interested in like my chest is all. I can feel muscles in it I couldn't feel before. It was like it's rock. Oh, I still got blubber on there, but my abs are way harder, and I did not work out for them. But that strength, you have to have that. No, okay, me first. I have to listen to myself. Then yes, take on the advice and the experience of others. Like I said, I find Adonis's or even Laura's experience to be very helpful, especially putting things into words, helping that mind catch up to the experience, which is where I probably still need a lot more work on. And one of those things I'm kind of really I'm filling into now and want to explore more. But I was going to talk about, I'm not really in depth on anything, because these are things, these experiences I never talked about. I didn't feel comfortable talking about them. So I'm going to talk about, because that's one of the things like, okay, this confidence is just say it. It's like, I guess one thing, talking about abundance, I didn't like talking about that earlier on. There was a shame that was there. A shame. Oh, trust me, I had to borrow money. I've never borrowed money from people. I had to borrow money because, shit was just going, my finances were just went crazy for many months. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And I know now it's clearing out all this energy in here. And it's part of that process. And I hope maybe you don't have to go through it that way. But I think I've experienced that because that brought up anxiety. And I do not like asking for help. It's one of those things I do not like, and I had to ask for it. And that was very difficult and something I had to look at within myself. And I felt shame for it, and I had to give that compassion and that love for myself, expand that heart chakra, expand that compassion into all these things, and just be. And it helped. It also would have been much worse if I hadn't done it. It would have made an even worse experience until I would have done it. So that's one thing. Shame, things like that. Really, I had to look into things like that. Identity. Who do I think I fucking am? And at the moment, whoever I am in the moment, it's very loosey goosey at the moment. It's like, we'll find out. And then there can be some ideals I can play with, and but I think, as Dom said, it's an act of consciousness now. It's not, I'm not anything. I'm not a YouTuber. We can use the Domus's thing from last year. I'm a YouTuber until I'm not. Someday I will be, and someday I won't be. It doesn't fucking matter. It could change tomorrow. And this has been the beauty. I think the one thing was stopping making it, I was completely okay. I was like, oh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful experience. Playing guitar. I got a guitar somewhere back there. But, I play guitar, but then at some point I'm not a guitar player. I start sewing now. Oh, I'm sewing and playing around with that. I'm a sewist till I'm not. And it's just kind of playing with these different identities and letting them come and go and just slip away. There was a lot of play with that. Not holding on to any singular identity or thing of yourself. So that was a beautiful experience in there. I'm probably forgetting a ton of others, but there'll be more videos. One thing I would say, I didn't really, I think in the early of the year, this opened up, the heart, or not the throat. opened up. And one thing I've noticed from that is I'm much louder at places like work or if I'm doing anything. I used to be the guy in the background, the wallflower, never spoke at work or kept quiet, just wanted to keep things quiet. Not that anymore. I'll tell a manager to go fuck off. And I have. Or another employee. If I think that someone's doing something stupid, I will fucking tell them. And I will feel no shame for doing so. That's been one of the beautiful things here, and that's been kind of expanding. But also at the same time, that can be imbalanced if you're just going off and doing that all over the place. You got to take your time. I think at first it was a bit imbalanced, and it's getting more imbalanced as I've been going through the experience. Like saying, okay, there's moments to do that, and there's moments not to do that. What is the most beneficial to this person sometimes? Even to yourself. Is it beneficial that I call them out on their bullshit and their crap? Will it help them? Will they even see it? Or will it just make me feel better because I get to yell at them? That's not a good reason to do it. So that's the time it's like, okay, I know it. So I just walk off, or I just don't talk to that person anymore. I say, yeah, no, you're not doing that. And keep it simple. Don't go explaining every reason why. I said, no, I'm not going to do that with you. Bye. That's the same thing I had to do with my brother. That was one of the ancestral, even I did it with my father as well. My mother, no problem there. Maybe we don't have, because I've actually been talking to my mother. I went years, I talked to my mother once, twice a year. Now I've been talking to her almost every other day. And it's a very nice, but she doesn't try to manipulate. She just lets it go. But I don't talk to her about spirituality. I just talk to her about cats and life and work and stuff. And she just then she talks to me about it. But she's not an energy feeder. She'll talk about it, but she doesn't get, so I think she's quite balanced in that way. She can get imbalanced sometimes, and that's when we'll move the conversation. Or I'll say, hey, maybe you should look at it this way or something. And she's a little bit more open to those things, as long as I don't bring spirituality. She's a big Christian person, and she probably wouldn't appreciate it. She would see it as she would get more defensive if I did. So I talked to it in a different way with her. But with my dad, I had to set boundaries with him because he did not have boundaries. And I said that, and he accepted them pretty much. Every once in a while, he tries to tiptoe over, and I'll give him the eye, and no. But he's been pretty good. Those are the major relationships in my life, other than my brother, who did not take it well at all. He's someone I said, well, if we can't work on this, if we can't set these boundaries, and with a narcissist, boundaries just don't work. They just want to attack that. So on that, you're like, nope, bye. We're a complete cutoff. I was like, I'm not going to be in that anymore. So that was another beautiful experience. It's still going because there's still echoes of it because he comes around. Now, I don't let him in. I don't get into fights with him. I don't even talk to him. I don't open the door to him. He doesn't have my phone number. He can't call me. Thank goodness. Because he calls me. Well, my mom has him blocked. He can't even talk to her. When your own mother blocks you, you know there's a problem. But he usually texts her, I'm going to kill you, and other evil, nasty things. He's come over here and threatened to kill me a few times. And said some really nasty fucking things that part of me just wanted to go and punch him in the face. But, since he's my brother, he knows where to hit me at. He's a twin brother, in fact. We're fraternal twins. We look nothing alike and are nothing alike. We don't share the same DNA in that identical way. So we're fraternal twins, separate eggs. But we're very different looking people. But he knows, since he is my twin, he knows me pretty deeply. And he has been feeding off me for a very long time, and I cut that off, and he did not like it. So that was fun. Okay, what else is there? I guess I was talking about some of the. I don't know. I never like talking about kind of spiritual experiences and stuff because I don't want to fully understand them, and usually I just like, okay, it happened. Okay, I move on, and I don't really look too deeply into it. But I know early in the year, I don't know what that means. I had the top of my head pop off. There's a chakra there, I'm guessing, and I was in. That's when I started having the. It's samadhi. I think it's all here samadhi. And I wouldn't have called it samadhi till just recently. But that's when I started having the states of samadhi. Mine are more, I don't have them always every day. I'm not as diligent as she is. But I have them here every once in a while. They'll come up and they're very nice. And sometimes they happen while I'm at work, or they'll happen in the evenings and things like that. I have not put any restraints on it, or I don't want to say restraint. That's probably not the right word. It's just I don't have it at this time or that time or anything. It just seems so sporadic, and it's not every day. But that's one thing I think that happened when I was doing some of those breathing and swirling, that popped open, and it feels like the top of your head disappears, and I feel a line. I'm like, I had to go look up what it was. Well, I don't know. When I look this shit up, it's more confusing than it's worth. I find most of the time. I kind of look at it. I look at one or two things. I'm like, okay, it's something about this. Okay, that's just that chakra opening, and I leave it there because they go on. Everybody says 10,000 different things about everything else, and it just seems to make it more confusing to me. If I read about it, I'm like, okay, it's chakra open. Fuck, we'll just see what happens. It's the same thing with the heart opening up. I didn't know exactly what that. I think I actually I heard someone talk about that. It feels like a heart attack, and it feels like to me, it felt like an ice pick or something just being shoved into your heart really hot. And just and that tightness, and like you're having a heart attack and all that muscles contracting. I can't remember if I think the heart opened before that opened. If I believe right, I'm at that time period, I wasn't keeping track of it. I was just kind of letting it be whatever happened. What's the cool thing is during those earlier Kundalini experiences, I had this part where the tongue would go up the back of my throat and touch. Well, at first it couldn't do it, but it kept trying to go up throat and touch the little. I don't really know what it's called up there, but there's a nadia or something up there. I had to look it up. I was like, what the fuck is my? I thought, am I going to choke on that? I never thought about putting my throat up my neck. Here. And supposedly it's a yoga. It's actually a yoga pose. I didn't know that. I can't remember what it's called at the moment. Is it Kree? No, I think it's probably something. It starts with a K, I believe. But that's happening. And that happened earlier on. I think around the time the heart was opening up more. Every once in a while it'll come. I don't do it unless it comes. It's like I feel like, oh, I need to stay here for a little. Sometimes I'll do it while I'm driving in the car, or while I'm sitting in. It doesn't usually come up that much anymore when I meditate. Or I don't really consider this meditating. I consider it just feeling and being curious and breathing. And there's probably 100 other things I could talk about. Oh, I don't know. It's just like, right now I'm curious where this is going because it's the confidence. I mean, wow, it's like I can fucking say anything. I don't, it's because a lot of that shame has been cleared away, so I don't feel shame about certain topics or things I want to stay away from. I could talk to, I don't know, my diet's all over the place. I had that period where I only vegetables, but that didn't last long. I found because I started having to get constipation really right at that time when my diet started changing a lot. That's when the constipation started. And every time I tried to eat healthy, I found the constipation got worse. So I said I stopped, at any point of choosing what I eat. I just, like when I go to the grocery, what does it feel like I want? If it's mac and cheese, I buy mac and cheese. If it's a steak, I buy a steak. If it's a 6-pack of donuts, and that's what I have today, that's going to be it. It's like the donuts, they just calling me, I have to have donuts. If it's eggs or something else, whatever that natural craving the body has, I just do it. And sometimes it's a salad, and sometimes, like the other day, I told you I drank a full 2 liter. That wasn't the only 2 liter I drank. I think I drank 3 2 liters that day. Ate a whole box of 6 chocolate-covered donuts, mismatch of 3 different types of cookies. Was there anything else that day? I can't remember now. I think that was all I had. Some days are like, and there's other days where I barely eat anything, and I don't feel hungry at all, or I just I'll go to work and get a salad off the salad bar because that just sounds so good. I need a salad, or I'll just eat pizza or whatever, something, or pasta. It just doesn't matter. Whatever the craving, I just feel, okay, these are what's available, this is what I got, what's here, what do you want? And that's what I get. But ooh. 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 Sorry, that's. Anything else I want to talk about? Any other fears or shames or anything else that comes to mind at the moment? I think at least at the moment, nothing's coming forward. Like I said, it can come out in a different video. I don't plan these things. I like same thing like going to the grocery store. Like, okay, what wants to come out right now? I just let it come out. Don't plan it. That's at least for me. I find that works for me. I don't know if it's the best way of doing things or if it's the right way of doing things. Everybody listen to your own knowingness and your own self. Take a moment and see if there's anything else for this video, or we'll leave it there. Because sometimes I'll think it's over, and then a big old blurt will come out. I don't know, I feel the heart, so I'm going to say maybe that heart open, that falling in love with yourself, or allowing yourself to, the things you don't love about yourself, the things, I didn't, like the fact I didn't take care of my body for almost 6 years. My teeth are rotting out. I was overweight, fat, ate badly, or things of that nature. That stuff comes out, or even things of career-wise, how I just let myself just be. There was shame in there, not mostly hidden, not really known by me. I didn't mentally think it was there. I think that's a lot of things. There's a lot of that stuff comes up. You didn't even realize it there. It was kind of just in the background. You mentally told yourself you weren't, but you ignored it. Those little things that come up. What's the one? I did want to talk. There's one that came up the other day. I'm trying to think. It's one Sarah's talked about before. You're not too good for anything. I would have said I'm not too good for anything, but secretly, in my back of myself, I had that. I was too good for this. I was too good for that. And that came up with me, and I realized, I was like, holy shit. She was right. I didn't see it. I don't have that problem. I did. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, oh, thank you for coming up. That's one thing, too. You feel a little shame about that. You got to, no, not doing that. We're going to breathe that motherfucker in. Oh, and you just kind of get excited. Oh, wow, that's coming up. Oh, good. That's good. I always get excited when that stuff comes up. That usually helps it be a little more positive experience. You're like, this is coming up. I realize it. Now I can make a change. And it's not just realizing, you got to make the fucking change. You got to say, oh, okay, I see where I do that. And a lot of it was at work. It was, I don't know how to, I don't want you to need to go into details about everything, but it was realized, oh, I see these little things I do now I did not know I was doing. Okay, I got to change that. Because it's nice knowing it, but unless you make the change to these things, it lingers. It doesn't clear out. You got to change the energy. You got to take that and, oh, wow. Then they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Oh. That comes up, that pissiness, that frustration. I was like, yeah, there it is, right there. Too good for this shit, aren't you? No, you're not. Look, it was right. Turn off the mind, relax, and just fucking do it. Open yourself up. Stop, let go of any expectations, any way you think it's going to happen or show up. Fuck it. And just relax and just do it. Sometimes it was doing things I didn't want to do. I never did it, and I did a shitty job at it because I didn't want to do it the right way. And I realized, oh fuck, I'm doing it a shitty way because I'm too good for this, blah, blah, blah. That's really what's happening. I would never have thought of it that way, but it was. And I was like, no, I'm doing this right. I'm going to do it the right way, the proper way, and I'm going to do it with in the best of my ability. And that's it. And any of that fussy bitchiness comes up, fuck off. We're doing it. I'm not fucking going there again. So that's a good one. Oh. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this video. It's because it's all over the place. It's kind of this could have been part of the year of Rhythm of Further. I would say this is probably a part 2 to that. Maybe I'll just call it that. You know, that was kind of getting everything moving. Okay, got a few days. Energy's moving again. Started making videos again. Okay, let it come out. Let that open up. Let it speak. Let that confidence and all that stuff you cleared out just come on right out of you. Turn that shit into fucking diamonds. I love the way. I think that's the stuff Laura's talking about is very important. I feel it's very important. Every time you see a situation, you think it's shit, you think it's crap, just don't get caught in that. Don't get stuck in that. Fucking go through it. Turn off that mind. Relax. Be curious. Open up to it, and just do it the best you can in that moment. Be honest with it. Be honest with yourself about it. If you have that bitchiness, that moaning, that fucking annoyance of the mind of these old fucking ideals of yourself, fuck them. Tell them to go fuck off. Whew. All right. Namaste. I think I'm going to end that there. Feels good. I think the train's coming. Yeah, I think it feels good to end the video here. Like I said, namaste. Love y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, night, morning, whatever it is for you.